How does it feel to be, on your way really, really high in the country business?
It's crazy. Every day I think it's constantly changing and there's new things to learn and it's been a really incredible journey up to now.
As Have you always been a singer, even as a young kid?
Oh yeah, I mean, the oldest home videos we have, I can't even hardly form sentences and I'm singing. My parents were both singers and so they were always encouraging my sister and I to sing and so it's just kind of comes really natural.
Did you always have an ear for country music?
Yes, definitely. My dad was probably the bigger country fan when I was younger. And then my mom, once those powerhouse women started, Martina and Shania and Faith Hill, I mean, that's all we listened to.
I have some dear friends that are country singers. Pam Tillis is a dear friend of mine, and Susie
Nice.
Vargas. You may know her, and uh,
Yeah.
they have also started at very young ages. They're like little Mozarts with
Right,
musical
right.
instruments. And you play a few instruments, don't you?
I pretend to play a few instruments. I play them well enough for to do some videos and to do some songwriting.
Pick something out, I suppose. Um,
That's right.
uh, is touring hard? Is it still hard like it was in the, well, I don't know if you would know what the 50s and the 60s were like, but
Hmm.
it must be grueling.
Definitely, there are weekends that are more challenging than others. It depends on the routing and like how much you have to do on those days and how much travel is involved. But I mean, I love the meeting new people and the shows and kind of the mess that comes with it. It's fun for me. But definitely there's times when you're like, okay, I need a nap.
I need to be alone for a while.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
but it's a hectic life, isn't it? I mean, you just throw things in a bag and off you go.
Yeah, there was actually I did I think a reel or a video one day of it was literally me coming home, unpacking my bag, and then repacking it to leave the next morning.
Man, what a life this is. But you
Yeah.
have such, and you probably never heard this before, but you have such a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you so much.
And is that from constantly keeping that instrument in tune and working with it?
Absolutely. I think that it's just like any other muscle in life that, if you're using it all the time, I mean, you can definitely tell when you've been out a lot and like that it's a little more rehearsed and it feels good. But yeah, I mean, I've just been a singer my whole life.
Will you try to get into acting? Because I think you would make a marvelous actress.
Thank you. You know what? It's something that I think I'll have fun with maybe in music videos, but I don't know if I have the capacity for it. I like hanging out with my husband and my cat too much to add too much more to my plate.
But I mean, when you're touring, you're singing the same song over and over and over in different
Right.
cities, and you've got to make it
Yeah,
sound like it's the first time. That's
that's
acting.
right. Yeah, this is so true, especially because you say a lot of the same things, but I think that's what makes it so special is each show is unique. Even though it's the same overall thing, there's different fans there. There's different experiences in the room that you're going to have that they're going to have and so it's their first time, so it kind of feels like yours.
What about scoring a movie?
Oh wow, that's crazy. That would be wild.
Yeah, but you'd be good at it. I mean, what a great I mean, you're a songwriter and all. I could hear that.
Hey, I would be so into someone using some of my music for a movie. You just
I'll
let
make a
them
phone
know.
call. I'll
Make a
make it
few
happen.
calls.
And your record label, they must treat you like gold.
You know what? They actually do. They're so good to me and we all get along really well. I mean, you hear all these stories when you're younger about, oh, they're scary and we just have such a great relationship and they're just my biggest fans, truly.
Was that a learning process for you? Because when people talk about show business, they forget that it's the business end.
Yeah.
So you must have had some kind of a huge learning curve when you were starting in this business.
I was really blessed because my dad's actually an entrepreneur and he owns his own businesses. And so the whole time I'm walking through the music industry as a young person, I have my dad kind of going, remember, it's a business. This is how I would be doing it. This is, or like, don't be upset when it's handled like this because they're treating it like a business. And so for me, I was really lucky because I had that in mind. And so when I went to college, I actually studied marketing because I knew that it's called the music business. And I was like, I want to be the product and I need to understand as much about how a business works and treat it as such. And so that was super helpful. And I think it really has played into how close I am with my label, is that we all are on the same page for the most part.
And do you also get involved with editing your music and score, the additional scoring and all that needs to happen?
Yes and no. I trust my producer a lot. So like, yes, if I have a vision on something, or if I'm like, okay, I don't love this demo, let's alter this, or let's add in a guitar part here, or whatever. A bit, but definitely he is the producer. He is the mastermind behind that finished product.
It's a concert of people, surrounding you.
Absolutely. It takes a
And you
village, and you hear that, but it really is true.
and you're heading off on tour in March.
Yeah. I have lots of shows coming up this summer and headed over to London for a couple shows, so it should be really fun.
Have you been to London before?
I have, but it has been a long time.
But you're not coming to Salt Lake.
Oh, I know. We need to put that on the docket.
I have tears running down my
We're
face.
gonna make it happen. Don't you worry.
I'll sing with you on stage when you come out.
There you go.
In our final moments, though, that we have, I mean, is there any bridges that you haven't crossed yet that you want to cross in this business?
Oh gosh, yeah, I think there always is, I mean, I think having a number one at country radio or headlining your own tour. Honestly, putting out my first record, it's almost done, but it's not out yet. So like that's going to be a really, really fun one.
And I would imagine, everything is open for you too. Though, how was the Grand Ole Opry?
Oh my gosh, that is one of the coolest experiences. Have you ever been?
Yes, I actually did an interview with Minnie Pearl way long time ago
Very
at the Grand
cool.
Ole Opry.
That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, that is an experience that truly never gets old and you never get used to it. It feels a little bit nerve-wracking every time because it's such a sacred and special place.
I would imagine also walking, sitting in the seats is one experience, but walking from backstage to the stage has
It
got to
is
be both scary and humbling.
it is. It's very powerful feeling, honestly.
What song did you sing?
So the first time that I played the Opry, I sang a song that I have called Home in a Hometown, and I sang my song Us.
Oh, those are beautiful songs.
Thank
Where do you get your
you.
where do you get your inspiration to write from?
It kind of comes from anywhere. It could be something as simple as a conversation that you've had with someone and something they said just kind of landed interesting and you were like, "Oh, I haven't heard it said like that." Or it could be, real life, like with my little sister and my song Someone Else's Heartbreak. She went through this really tough breakup, and so I just put myself in her shoes and wrote the song from that perspective.
I just experienced that video that you put up for Valentine's, and it's
Yeah,
such a beautiful combination of poetry and your voice is so
thank
smoky.
you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
In our final moments that we have, I mean, boy, I would love to talk to you for an hour, and that's why I'm holding back because I don't know um, how much time I have here. But I'll tell you, you are an incredible performer as well. I mean, the camera loves you, the
Thank you.
and you love the music, and it shows, and you bring the audience into that with you. It's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is what makes me so passionate about doing music is the idea of creating community and creating it each time that I get on stage.
Hmm.
And I think that that's what makes it fun for me. And because I'm having fun, other people have fun.
Hannah, it is such a pleasure to talk to you. I got the wrap. So there's getting the hook and just
Well,
taking
thank
me
you
on
so
stage.
much.
You are just a joy, and I hope to see you sometime in Salt Lake.
Absolutely. I will make it out there. Don't you worry.
All right, I'm crossing everything that could possibly cross. You have a wonderful day and enjoy your day of interviews.
Thank you. See ya.